Hey fam, welcome back to my kitchen. In this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how I used some leftovers from a dinner I made using HelloFresh for my lunch today in between my many meetings. So stay tuned and let me show you how I make this delicious barbecue chicken flatbread. So here we are. I have all of the things set out already to make it really easy to get you through this. So I have my olive oil, I have 2 types of cheese. All of these came in the packet. I also have some sauce for the top. I have my flatbread. You know me and my fast speaking. Normally 2 comes in the pack. This is, I'll show you what the whole looks like. There's a whole flatbread, but I cut it in 2 because I'd usually eat 1 if I'm doing dinner, but since it's lunch, I'll only use a half. So let's get into it. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour a bit of olive oil into my pan, and I'm gonna go and brush that on. Just to like give it a base, I'm gonna put some olive oil on here. I'm using my brush. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven to heat up a little bit, and I'll be right back. While that is happening, I'm back and I now have a mat down. I'm gonna be prepping my flatbread. Similarly, I'm gonna take some oil. I'm gonna put this on this mat right here to make it easier for me to do. And I'm just gonna dip my brush in the olive oil, and I'm gonna brush over my bread on both sides. So salt, black pepper. So you just want to give the bread, because this is like, there's nothing special about this bread. I don't think I'm going to use any salt. Like they call for salt and black pepper, but I think in this case I'm just going to leave it as is. I think what I'm going to add to it, I know this is not trusted pepper, but I think a little bit of garlic on this would kind of go well, like a garlic based bread. So while that is all set, the next step I'm gonna do is once the pan is heated for a few minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and put the bread in the oven so that it can kind of warm up and crisp up a little bit. It's gonna be like I am making a pizza, but not really, it's a flatbread. We're gonna put this in the oven, and the next step that we're gonna do is come back and put our toppings on. I'll show you what my topping is. So this is my topping that I am gonna be using. It's the chicken that I made, the barbecue chicken I made from earlier. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna put it on top of this, and I'm gonna show you how I make it look all scrumptious. And now that my bread is all nice and toasty, I went ahead before, and I'll hold this because it's still a little bit warm, and I used the microwave to get my chicken prepped. So I'm just gonna take some chicken and I am gonna put it over my flatbread. And this is like barbecue chicken with poblano. I think I'm pronouncing that properly. I hope I am. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a generous amount of cheese on top of this. Everything is better with cheese. Fun fact about me, I don't drink regular cow's milk or like. And do you hear my charming? AC in the background? Yeah. We already explained it in the previous video, so welcome to New York. And the type of cheese that this is like low moisturized mozzarella. So this is mozzarella. And the one before was white cheddar, sharp white cheddar. And this is supposed to melt so nice. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this back into the oven for about 1 to 2 minutes, just enough to get the cheese to get nice and melty on top of this. And then when we come back, we're gonna add the finishing touches, and then we're gonna plate, and it's gonna go into my tummy. Okay, this is all nice and juicy from the oven. They also sent buttermilk ranch dressing. So what I'm gonna do here is to drizzle this across the meal, just to make it look all nice and smudgy. Once that's done, I'll just go ahead and split this down the middle, just to make 2 halves. Just be careful not to touch the hot pan. And then I'm gonna move it here, you can still see it. Just gonna go ahead and add this to my plate. And there you have it. Lunch is served. So that was a quick lunch break, literally, because I have back-to-back meetings all day. But I wanted to also come back on and share with you that there are ways that you can recreate this kind of meal really easily in your home. Not everyone has access to HelloFresh or all of the ingredients I showed, but even if you're like in Jamaica, I could see how you could take like slices of harder bread. You don't have to have olive oil. You can put regular oil in it, sprinkle it with some garlic powder, some black pepper, some salt. You can take whatever meat you have in the fridge. So if you had some chicken, some fish, like whatever meat or veggies, because like, you know, some people are vegans, some people are vegetarians, whatever it is that you like to have, and you could sprinkle that on top of, like, first toast the bread, sprinkle it on. Use whatever cheese you have. You know, tasty cheese is still the best. Grate some tasty cheese, drop it on there. If you only have sliced cheese, drop it on there, melt it up. You don't have to have the barbecue ranch sauce things at the end. That was just to make it look pretty, but you can actually make this type of meal really quick and easily in your own home with whatever you have, right? You don't have to have the flatbread and all of those things. So if you want to see me recreate a meal like this one using regular things from the supermarket that anyone can get, leave it in the comments below and I will go about getting you videos so that you can, as you see me do all these different things. I do live in the US, and so not everything that is available to me is available to everyone else. But if you want me to kind of share with you how to take the things you see on here and put it on your table in front of your family, or even just for yourself, because remember, I cook for me. Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and let's get the party rocking in the kitchen with Foodie Nats.